So today we're back with more Unleash the Archers. This is Time Stands Still. Okay, that can't be the Britney choir. I mean, she's got a range, don't get me wrong, but that's some low stuff. So out of curiosity, did the other fellas in the band contribute to this choir? Or was somebody brought in? It sounds like three voices to me, maybe four. And I like choir parts. My band, September Sky. There's a link in the description if you want to check us out. At least once an album, we have a massive choir section. We've never hired a choir. We arrange the whole thing between usually myself, the singer, maybe anybody else who wants to give a try at a vocal part. If they can nail it, like we'll add it into the choir mix. Love it. It won't be long. We will go, and time will go on and on. Abandon the sun. What's done is done, and time will go on and on. It won't be long. We will go, and time will go on.
Hold on, though it seems that the end it is now upon us. Fear not the fall. Rise up, we will find there's a way for us to carry on. For once and for all, yeah. Fortune's favor is ours now. Right to glory. Abandon the sun. What's done?
Let's see how many vocal parts we can count in that last little bit of shriekery she just put out there. I feel like there was like 2 or 3 harmonizations, and one of them just went insanely high.
Right to glory. Right to glory. Us now. Right to glory.
I have no idea how many of her there are. 2, maybe 3. I mean, just did you hear how high that was though?
Right to glory.
It's not that she sings high. It's not that she has those parts in her that impresses me the most. It's that, and it's not. This is not mixing. You can just tell with energy and effect. I've spent a lot of time in studios critiquing other singers because I'm not one. But you know, those who shall not sing shall critique. So, but you know, I mean, I've had to challenge people in the studio before and go, hey, the sound's there, but the energy's not. Like you're not getting there with the actual emotion and the energy. Like that's not full push from you. So I don't think that's the case with her. I think that is just absolute full push. That's my first geek out. So let's hit it again, and we'll keep moving on.
Right to glory. Abandon the sun. What's done?
Sorry, I wasn't done geeking out. Let's also not forget about this is part of mixing. And I'm not going to comment too much on the mixing of this album. There's been hit and miss moments on the production for me. That being said, I mean, my band has those too. So there's a guitar underneath that vocal spot that I've been focusing on that's kind of got a nice little metalcore come out, push us into the next section of the song. Listen, we'll see if we can catch that. We're listening to the guitars right now. At least I am. You can do what you want.
Abandon the sun. What's done?
Hold on, we didn't go back far enough. Welcome to the Geek Out.
Fortune's favor is ours now. Right to glory.
You hear it really at it's actually a little bit underneath the vocal at the end of the vocal as well. It's just not mixed as well as I would like it. I want to hear it just a little bit higher in the mix. But it's there. You definitely hear it at the trail end once the vocal kind of gets out, but there's so much focus on the vocal. I don't know if you can really pull it out much more.
Fortune's favor is ours now. Right to glory. Abandon the sun. What's done is done. Then time will go on and on. It won't be
Choir.
long. We will go on. Then time will go on and on. Stand with us. Be the one that will lead them when the night is over. That's all the goal. Rainbows. History can only be written by the victors.
If you don't listen to these songs in headphones also, like I've thought about going to monitors and just kind of editing it out. First of all, I'd have to learn how to do all that because I may be massive metal riffs, but I am massively not technologically inclined in a lot of places. That being said, oh man, I feel like I've lost my train of thought a little bit here. I need to just go back and listen to this again, just to make sure I'm hearing. But if you don't listen to these songs in headphones very much, give it a shot. Like right now, during one of that part, I had just this bass, and if you've seen some of my stuff, you know my preferred bass tone is just more of a lower end, less of a tinny, less of that higher end tone. It's just a preference of my ears. This bass tone is my favorite type of just low, full bass tone, and it is just absolutely crushing my left ear. I think there's a guitar in there as well too, but I'm really getting most of the bass, and you're getting this kind of dissonant, like far away guitar in the right ear. I bring that up because I do all these reactions in headphones, and I've thought about going out to the monitoring perspective, but there's so much more I get to hear because of this. It's what allows for the geek outs.
That will lead them when the night is over. That's all the goal. Rainbows. History can only be written by the victors, and we will write it all. Yeah. Break through when the walls have fallen and the ashes lifted. Light will come. Gather now. We're present on the wings of a transformation. We finally have won. Abandon the
I'm sorry. Stick them in 1985 right now. Stick them in 1985. They don't just compete. They maybe dominate. We don't know because you don't know what the experience would be like then. I mean, this is throwbacky as hell. I've said it in one of their other videos, like it's starting to meet the mesh and the meld. The musicians, a lot of the guitar that I'm hearing has a lot of that 80s classic thrash type metal style in it, because guitars in metal have kept a lot of that moving forward throughout the years, which is why a lot of those bands from that time are recognized as some of the most influential in metal. Not that they created, they would also say somebody came before, and then it goes back to Ozzy and Sabbath, and we can argue about that all day long as far as who created metal. I have no valid opinion on that. But that time period is definitely revered quite a bit. And I say it again, they would not just step in and compete in that time. They might actually dominate. As sacrilegious as that may say, Megadeth being my favorite band, Metallica probably being number 2, and yes, I have some albums that I don't like from Metallica. We're going to stay away from that conversation. But if you drop them right into the middle of it, what changes in 1984 and 1985? They're not as thrashy as Megadeth and Metallica necessarily were during that time, or Slayer, because they're not a thrash band. They're not, but they do have enough of it. This is like metalcore influence with 80s thrash metal, just power ballady it's just freaking fantastic. It's throwback, it's new, it's everything all at the same time. Her vocal delivery and how it builds up here. This really took me back vocal delivery wise. This really takes me back to that. That's why I bring up the middle 80s and just saying like the roots of thrash when metal was really kind of reaching peak levels in regards to popularity and style adjustments. This is kind of like I would drop it in there right as the style's changing a little bit and what thrash was to be just a little bit more progressive or metalcore, combined with those big giant vocals. Like, I don't know, guys. I don't know what would have happened if this band was back then. I don't know. Okay, I don't know if a solo's coming or not, but I feel like right before we came into this little section, her last little vocal, was there like a screech, like a hawk or something at the end of that thing that just went higher than has ever? I gotta hear it. Bam! Listen. Okay, I guess it's not as high as I thought it was. I mean, this is what listening to her does to you. You eventually get, oh, yeah, that's not that high. No, it's still ridiculously high. It's just not as high as I thought it was. It was just so out of the mix that it really grabbed me. It made me go, what the hell was that? Then time will go on and on. Time will go on and on. It won't be long. We will come home. Then time will go on and on. Abandon the sun. What's done is done. And time will go on and on. It won't be long. Kind of interesting. I feel like I heard a little bit of track there at the end, and there's nothing wrong with tracks. I mean, if you can't perform without them, then maybe that's a different story. I don't know, but I didn't really feel like it was sticking out, just the way it was mixed. I feel like it came in. I'm going to listen back, and you guys can tell me what part I'm hearing, what I'm wrong about, if I am, or maybe confirm it for me. I felt like if that's been there for the whole time, I haven't heard it, or it was just buried. Okay, I mean, we all know they liked it, right? So that was Time Stand Still, Unleash the Archers. I want to go back and look at some stuff. They kind of sometimes leave me a little speechless. This is right up my alley of metal, guys. Sorry if I'm freezing, but I'm looking for a guitar look. I feel like somebody was using a Wolfgang special, and I wanted to take a look at that. And you're like, you can do it on your own. Well, I'm doing it right now while I'm thinking about it. I didn't get to see it again. I'm not gonna force us to go through the play of it. That was, as usual, fantastic. If you don't know, I'm just an old school thrash metalhead. Always have been. Always will be. You're coming over here from another video and you're like, well, that was pretty cool. Which part, first of all? And second of all, I think this might be my third song from them, and it's not my favorite. So if you thought that was awesome, which it was, and you really like big, giant, strong vocal power metal type vocal holdouts, go check out this playlist. Brittany here is a vocalist that I pay a dramatic amount of attention to, and that's not normally the case with my videos. She just has this throwback, powerful high soprano voice, and it's not the only part. She's got a whole dynamic range, but she captivated with me with her really big, massive metal holdouts. That's what she captivated me with. They've kept me because they also combine it with thrashy, throwback, meets metalcore music coming from the band's perspective. And she captivates me and keeps me because she does more than just those big vocal holdouts. She has quite a wide range of vocals. I've even seen some of the opera stuff you guys sent me that she did. So clearly she can do a lot. But go check out the playlist. Original links are always in. There's way more of this band, I'm sure, to digest. I don't know how many albums they have at this point in time. I don't know. I won't even say. Probably 3 or 4. I don't even know where this sits in the album spectrum yet. I think I've done something from 2 albums at this point in time, but yeah, I don't know. It might be 2035 when you're watching this video. I have no idea. For those that know, because you've watched me do the others, you probably know what albums I've done. Check the comments too. There's always tons of information about these bands in the comments. I mean, some of it's better information than Wikipedia because it's unique information that's not necessarily shared there. But yeah, this is Unleash the Archers. It's thrash metal meets metalcore. It's consistent. It's perfectly abrasive. She has a level of shriekery that I find extremely fascinating and heartwarming and nostalgic all at the same time. And that's what I love about this band. So go check out the playlist. There will continue to be more. The fans will probably tell me what to do next. In case you're wondering, like, how does he decide which ones to do? It's not always your comments, but most of the time it's your comments. You guys are more in charge of the channel than you think. It doesn't mean I'm not still the boss, but the boss usually got somebody telling him what to do. And that's you guys. So what's next? This was Time Stand Still. Unleash the Archers. Go check out the playlist. If you came over here and you thought this was fantastic, who are these people? Just go look at the playlist. You'll learn more, and then go dig in. I won't be going and digging in because I want to keep reacting to these videos, so I'll stay out of going and digesting their entire catalog for as long as I can. But this was fantastic. There will be more. I look forward to your recommendations on that. And for those of you in that Unleash the Archers family that have welcomed me, So graciously, I once again thank you for having me.